Hi guys, welcome to the sale of my Scimitars. These are rollers as they're called, and they are monsters, and they are actually very old. Okay, I've had these for probably about 20 years. They were the first intelligent lighting, as you called it in them days, that I ever got. They are not LED, obviously, because of the age. They are bulb, and they are very, very bright. They're DMX, as you can see at the front. They've got an in and an out. You don't need to DMX them. You can, what you call, daisy chain link them for DMX, through the DMX, sorry, through the sockets there with a DMX cable, and they will both do exactly the same as each other. To give you an idea of how big they are, in another sale I've got these little ADJs, and if you put that next to that, you can see exactly how big this monster is. And so with big comes a fair amount of weight as well. They're actually quite heavy. Now I would still use these, but I got some moving heads and I wanted 4 of them, and for podiums, and these were no good after that. Because I wanted 4, I couldn't get any more of these because of the weight of carrying them around and rigging and everything. I had to go for lightweight moving heads, which kind of do the same as these. So I would still keep them if I didn't have the moving heads, basically. But I've had to move on with this sort of equipment. Now, unfortunately, these have had a couple of knocks, and as coming round this mirror, you will see that it's got a crack in a couple of the mirror lenses. There it is, just there, coming to shot now. And the other one has exactly the same, like identical. So they are slightly damaged in that respect, but does not affect how they work. Comes with power cable. It's a fixed cable coming out the back, which goes into IEC connection and goes off to the power, and that will come with it. It's got a massive bracket there, obviously because of the size of the unit. And as you can see at the back of this one, there's a plug in it, and that is where this little thing comes into it. This is a wired controller. None of your wireless controllers with these, I'm afraid, but you have got miles of cable. So if the equipment isn't near you, you've still got this little kiddie to do some work with it. Okay, so what you do is, if I pressed standby, it goes out. Now that one's still going because obviously he's not linked up with cable, DMX cable. If you had the DMX cable coming out of there into there, he would also switch off. So that's a brilliant little feature, this thing. I recommend getting yourself a DMX cable and linking them up without a doubt. Like I say, they're very, very bright. I can't remember the size of the bulbs in these, but they are very bright. You can get information off the website, internet from them, and I think I may have a book somewhere as well, but I cannot guarantee that. I'm trying to go through all my gear and I've not come across one yet. Now in a minute, I'm going to switch them off in a minute because they're bulbs, they run very, very hot, and that is why they have got fans, and they are both working, and you can probably hear them as well. They're not toys, these are the big boys equipment. So switch that back on, and you can, because we've not got no music on, they're not really running sound to light. They're not sensitive enough for that. They need to actually have some music to drive them, but you have got a button here to make them go slow. But like I say, as we've not got nothing going on, it's not actually making the slightest bit of difference. And then obviously you've got strobe as well. So in certain places, preferably when it's white like that, you just press the strobe. You keep your finger on it, and it will strobe. Now that will go for the length of 30 seconds, I believe, and then regardless of whether you've got your finger on it, it will stop. Now I've always worked it out, because the lights basically do what they want to do to sound to light. As you can see, they're moving. When it comes back around to white, that's when I usually press the button. So you've got to hope that it comes on just at the right time. It will strobe without it, but white just seems to work the best, as you can see. So like I say, if you had them linked up, they would both be doing the same. This one on the other side here is just going off on a mad tangent. So what I'm going to try and do, but like I say, I mustn't block those vents up for the fans because it won't do them any good. So what I'm going to try and do is turn them over. This case that they're on will come with it. It's not a proper case for the lighting, but it does fit exactly right. So it's pretty good for that. They fit in there nice and tight. Now, although they are probably 20 years old, they are in pretty good condition, to be fair. So I'll just turn the light off in the house, and then we'll just go up to the ceiling, and you can see these moving around. The one's not working. That's it, now he's come on. So it kind of gives you an idea. I can't put music on because posting it on Facebook, copyright and everything, it'll probably get kicked off. So not going to put that on. But that's tapping one of them, so he's going mad, and the other one's just running through sequence, and then you tap the other one and he starts going. So that's basically what they do. You can invert them in the little dip switch settings that are on here, to get them to run inverted. So you've got dip switches there for all that, and that is for addressing your DMX controller if you wish to connect them up to that. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch them off, because I would like to be able to show you the actual unit, and I can't do that while they're on. With these particular lights, because they're bulbs, it's not advisable to go moving these around, knocking them whilst they're cooling down. They do get very, very hot. In fact, if I touch that, it's actually very, very hot just there. Very hot. So you need to let them cool down for a little while. Changing the bulbs, if you have to, is not a difficult thing to do. You just undo the actual casing, and you can get to the bulb behind the back of this. This is a focus if you ever need to focus it, and that's the locking screw for it, but you don't really need to do that. They're set, as you could see by on the ceiling. The gobos, which are patterns, were very, very sharp. Yeah, I mean, these are brilliant lights, and like I say, they were the first intelligent lighting that I got ever, and I was really proud to have them, and I just couldn't wait to get out and use them. And I've kept them and kept them, and kept thinking I will use them again, but I honestly have not, because I've got much more lighter equipment to use. Although not as bright with the LED these days, they're still easier to carry around. I would still love to be able to use this sort of thing. They are so dynamic, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I'm going to just try and show you the condition of these now, while they're cooling down a little bit. Obviously they're old, and they've, well, not been knocked around, but they have got the odd scratch. Never dropped. They're very good condition. Both rollers have got cracked mirrors. It doesn't stop the way they work. They still work 100%, and to be quite honest, they move so quick. If you did notice a slight flaw in the gobo, which you won't, but if you did, it'd be so quick it would just be gone anyway. So that's it, you know, it's not a problem. Yeah, so that is basically it. very good condition. If you've got any questions, message me, and we go from there. And the price is on the post, so have a look at the post and any write up with it, and yeah, give us a shout, and we'll go from there. Thanks very much.